I love seeing Lindsay Lohan back on screen. She looks like she's having an absolute blast, and I really do want to see more of her. I need to see more of her. Hey everyone, welcome back to Candid Cinema. I'm Amanda, otherwise known as AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Today I will be reviewing The Irish Wish, which is the new Netflix film just in time for St. Paddy's Day, starring Lindsay Lohan. Yeah, Lilo's in another rom-com, and I was really happy to see her. I think this deal with Netflix is amazing, and we just get to see her in her element, and she's always a lot of fun to watch. So this film is directed by Janine Damian, and it is written by Kirsten Hansen. We love women, and we love women that work on rom-coms. So this film, I knew what it was when I was watching it. It started out really cheesy. Even the title card that popped up, it's like I don't want to say like it's a Hallmark film, but it feels like a Hallmark film in all the right ways. It's so charming, and you're in Ireland. The backdrop is Ireland, and it's absolutely gorgeous in like this small town. And it's just based on the fact that we can wish for things to go right in our lives. We can wish for the smallest things. We can wish for relationships. We can wish for money and health and financial stability and all of this stuff. But sometimes what we wish for doesn't really turn out in the way that we would want it, the way that we had envisioned it. So in this film, we have an author named Paul Kennedy, and he is played by Alexander Vlahos, and he has a book editor who's named Maddie Kelly, and is obviously played by Lindsay Lohan, and she edits one of his like bestsellers. So he's been writing for a while. His books were fine, but nothing has ever like broken ground and became like a global phenomenon. But the book that Maddie edited became this grand success. So now, while Maddie was working on this book with Paul, they ended up spending all these hours together. She didn't like date for an entire year. She fell for him. So she had envisioned this amazing life with Paul Kennedy, this author, and she would wish that he felt the same way about her, that they would get married and all of this. So Paul ends up meeting one of Maddie's friends, and they hit it off, and they go off and get married in Ireland, which is something that Maddie had envisioned. So this all happens in the trailer. I'm not spoiling anything. This is just the premise of the film. But the thing that I love the most about The Irish Wish is that everything is not as it seems. And I like that they played around with fate. I love that they played around with, the backdrop of Ireland and the mythology of Ireland. I really liked that. And I think that there are some really cute moments here. I think Lilo is great with her comedy, and she does hold this all together, even though the script feels very stale and robotic. I don't necessarily think it was Lindsay Lohan's fault in that case. I do think that the script had very like generic questions like, how are you doing? Hey, why did you do this? How is your life going? What are you working on? Like, it was just very generic questions that weren't really tied in well with a standard conversation among girlfriends who have known each other since they were kids. It felt like very disjointed. You didn't buy the friendship. You did buy Ayesha Curry's relationship with Lindsay Lohan, though. I thought they had great chemistry, but everything else just felt like detached. And I think that's a script problem, not an acting problem. But Lindsay really brought it, and I really liked her in this. I also loved Ed Spielers in this. I was introduced to Ed Spielers in You season 4, I believe, and I thought he was really strong in that. And he's such a charming leading man. So Maddie and Ed Spielers, who plays James in this, they have a meet cute at the airport. And then that's another thread of a relationship that we also explore in this film. I think that Ed Spielers and Lindsay Lohan had really strong chemistry. They emotionally connected with each other, which was very important in this film. It's not only working as a romantic comedy, like the similar tropes and all of that, it also speaks to women who have a hard time speaking up for themselves or have a hard time really just standing for what they believe in and fighting for themselves. And I think the messaging there is really strong. I really like the way Lindsay Lohan delivered that. There's some funny moments, even though it does feel like, you know, similar conventions, I guess, but that's the beauty of a romantic comedy. It's good. I would give it like a 2.5 out of 5. The script really suffers, but I do like some of the fun moments that they did here because of the wish and the parallels between relationships that you can kind of see, and you know that someone may not be good for you. Like, sure, they're picture perfect, but at the same time, like, no matter how much you fantasize about this perfect life with someone, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to fit into their life and they're going to fit into yours. And I think that's really important to note. I think that's something that many of us have to wake up to. And I like that there's that messaging in this film. It was wholesome. There's some really cute moments. You get kind of emotional, even though I get emotional about everything. But yeah, I'd give The Irish Wish a 2.5 out of 5. I love seeing Lindsay Lohan back on screen. She looks like she's having an absolute blast. And I really do want to see more of her. I need to see more of her. So please let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed The Irish Wish. Let me know what your favorite romantic comedy is. I know we're past February, but rom-coms are year-round. And with the success of Anyone But You, you know, we're gonna have many more. All right, so let me know in the comments below. You guys can always follow me over at AMXNJ Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. And if you guys want to help me grow this wonderful channel, you can find out ways to do that in the bio below. If you enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep watching movies.